Don't wait for the market to change. Don't wait for the market to change to do something about your business. So, what happens when the market changes? How do we know the market is changing? Well, this is how we know. One, sales go up, pending sales go up, closed transactions going up, right? That's when we see the market changing, or one of three things. Pending sales go up, which are not always 100% accurate. We see that like in mortgage applications, and some companies and industry or parts of our industry will track pending sales, but definitely know when things close, like how many houses sold and how many listings are. Like, wow, look at the listing inventories up. Look at the closings are up. What does that mean when we see these markets change? It's already happened, right? It's already happened, or at least for those sales. So you missed out on part of the market if you are not prospecting, checking in on people. So many times every year, I hear from many of my agents throughout the year, like, oh, they were in a conversation about work life, and I like, yeah, well, have you had any missed opportunities? Yes. Every agent has a story of something recently they missed out on. A friend, a relative, one of their neighbors put their house on the market and they live three doors down. Like, how in the hell did they list their house? I live three doors down. They know I'm a realtor. I see them at the gatherings, and how did you not know that your neighbor, that, I mean, if it's someone that you have marketed to and prospected to, that they were thinking about buying their house, selling their house. They didn't think right today, oh, I'm going to list my house today. Boom. They were thinking about it for a while. So between the time they thought about it to the time they listed their house, why weren't you in their face? Talking to them, knocking on their door, prospecting them. How you doing? Remind me in the business. So that's why I always tell agents, you follow up with your prospects every 3 months, four times a year. Very rarely they're going to go, I'm thinking about selling my house, and within 3 months list it. It's usually a process, right? Maybe this year, maybe next year. Maybe this, unless there's some tragic event or something major happened in their life, they have to. People think about it. That's why every 4 months, every 3 months, you should be reaching out to your clients or your prospects, that is, because within 3 or 4 months could make them catch them when they're thinking about buying or selling. So back to the question is don't wait for the market to change, because it's going to change and you're not even going to know it did. And there might be missed opportunities there. Buyers that you thought were going to wait a little bit longer to buy, and they started buying because they just changed, the market changed for them. They're like, oh, I'm thinking about buying, when the, interest rates go down a little bit. And they did go down a little bit, but you didn't follow up with it. This or sell. So that's number one thing about don't let the market change. And remember that there's always agents trying to steal your business. They're calling and prospecting the same people you are. If there's people out there right now that own a house, anybody that owns a house, there should be at least one realtor, at least minimum mailing them things consistently, or even door knocking. Why? Because it's a potential client. And even more, if it's someone that you know, or your neighborhood, like if you know your neighborhood and you've lived in your neighborhood a long time, and you're like, so and so over here, I know that family, and all of their kids are grown now and out of the house. Might be a more opportune time that they might want to sell. So you got to step up your game, because some other people, other agents are watching this. And then the last thing I'll say to those agents, why don't you wait? Don't wait for the market to change to be prospecting and looking for business, is because when the market changes and all of a sudden the news hits, the general public, real estate's doing great, sales are up, listings are up, all of that. Then you start seeing some the agents posting on their Facebook, oh, things are great, things are great. What happens? Then more people want to get their license. And then more agents are getting licenses and they're chipping away at everybody else's business. And then if you're late to the game, it's going to be hard to play catch up. So when the market is generally slow or your business is generally slow, you know what that is? When an agent tells me this business is slow, it's not work is slow, their business is slow. They mean active buyers, active listings, number of closed sales. That's what's slow. That means you have a lot more time to prospect. You should be filling in that time. So you should be working the same amount of hours or more prospecting and filling up that time. Like if you don't have showings every day, those are the days you prospect. If you don't have enough closings, you should have much. Okay, hopefully this comes out right. If you don't have a lot of closings, maybe that your income level is lower for you to be spending time going out to eat or vacations or just doing things. So you have more time or more desire to stay home and prospect instead of spend the extra money that you have with the sales. I've seen it happen all the time. It happens all the time. Don't worry, it happens all the time. Agents, they're great and love them all. I see some agents, their business goes really well, and then I could just tell they're enjoying that success. And while enjoying that success, they forget to prospect and comes crashing down the next year or two. I'm so sorry for any of you that are watching this that that's happened to. It happens to a lot of agents. They get busy, 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 and then they reap the benefits of that success. Like I had a great year, and then they're taking some time off and vacations or spending more time with their grandkids and kids and rewarding themselves. But in that reward comes less time that they put into their real estate business, and then it comes crashing down. Like, oh, what happened? I know what happened. It happens to a lot of agents is that you were reaping the benefits and you were enjoying your success, and in that time you worked less. You weren't prospecting because you weren't hungry as much. You weren't hungry as much for to get new business because you had the business, and then it came crashing down. But guess what? You knew you did it once and you could do it again. So back to that. Don't wait for the market to change. Do it now. So you're ready for when it does change. It's just that much a little bit easier. Then you won't have those as many missed opportunities. So that's it. Have a wonderful day and a great week, and hope to talk to many of you very soon. Bye bye.